Dead man tell no tales. Ahoy there, me hearties! Here I am, Lord of Shadows, doing the movie review of the 5th installment of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Also outside USA, also known as Salazar's Revenge. Now, at the beginning, I actually never understood why the hell you never changed the title, but after doing a little bit of research, try to understand why. It looks like in the UK, the Dead Men Tell No Tales title, is a copyright thing, so for that reason they had to change the title. I mean, I never, okay, I understood it's a copyright thing. Like I said, it's a copyright thing. I understand that, but Salazar's Revenge. I mean, they could at least, change the title, something a lot more catchy. Because, the reason why I like way more Dead Men Tell No Tales as the title, because it makes the movie sound a lot more intriguing, interesting, mysterious and all that. Salazar's Revenge is a very simple title, which actually in some way gives you the core, one of the main cores of the entire movie. If you know what I mean. So. Just to let you know. Moving on, before the actual Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales review, I just wish to say that across the years, a lot of people around the world, especially in the USA, they've been talking shit about the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. They've been talking about really deep shit. They're like, they were like terminating every single movie after the first one was so terminated, like filled with bullets, like you put all four movies, for example, no, sorry, three movies, like 2, 3, and 4, like in the way how the critics, the reviewers, the YouTubers, the way how they were all the time they were shitting about the franchise after the first movie, of course, it's like all the YouTubers and the critics are the firing squad. And the second, the third, and the fourth movie are like, the prisoners that have to be executed, and one of the, for example, like one of the critics, just say, ready, and fire! Just give an example, how much people are shitting about the franchise, So, first of all, okay, the first time I do admit I really loved the Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of Black Pearl. Even when I was little, the first time I watched it, which I was very little, I already knew there's gonna be a sequel. I already knew. I mean, I had this feeling because sometimes something when I see something or I met someone, whatever, I always had this feeling, something's gonna happen. Especially when, I mean, this thing also mostly worked for the movies, but you get the idea. I had like I said, I had this feeling it's gonna be way more, a lot more sequels. Maybe like 3, for example. Because trust me, because after I saw the World's End, I felt like there's gonna be just a trilogy. I could I was never imagined there's gonna be a 4th one. After I saw the ending, nevertheless. So like I said, for every single one of the person in the world, The Curse of Black Pearl was an awesome movie. Something that every single person was saying day after day after day after day after day after day, talk, which really got on my nerve. Really, I'm tired of hearing this shit. Everybody was like, like I said, the first time when The Curse of Black Pearl came out, everybody was like, wait, it's a movie based at Disneyland, right? That's pathetic. That's a very stupid idea. The movie was awesome. I do admit that. The movie was awesome. And a lot of people, after the Dead Man's Chest came out, at World's End, and then on Stranger Tides, everything of that for a lot of people has been bullshit. Everything in the first movie sucked. Like really, dropped flat. Everything. Except of course the box office money, which is a very different thing. Which also proves there are a lot of fans of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Even if when it comes to statistically, it's proven that a lot more fans of Pirates of the Caribbean franchise are across the sea, in Europe, Asia, and all that. Those countries love the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise way more than the actual people in the USA. Sorry, sorry if you're sorry to hear that. That is true. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm sorry, to break the truth to you. Whatever. So, like I said, everybody was shitting about these movies. But the truth is, I'm one of the minorities. Because I'm a fan of all 4 movies. Well, technically 5. Okay? All 5 movies, yes. I love The Curse of the Black Pearl. I adored Deadman's Chest. I loved World's End. Even a lot of people was shitting about the story was like too way more feel with too much, like it was too much feel with plot holes and all that like Pirate Lord, Calypso, the war and all that like it was too much it was too full to contain like in one movie and of course a lot of people make that the movie that the third one was way more complicated and a lot of questions weren't were unanswered and all that it makes them confused and all that. Seriously, I know what the fuck is wrong with these people because, like I said, because after I saw the World's End, the first time when I was in theater, I understand the movie every single step. I understood it and where it's going. All the answers, have been explained to me, in my mind and all that. So I don't know what the hell is wrong with these people. It looks like it looks like they're catching every single point of the story very slowly. I don't know. I'm just saying. So overall, I like Deadman's Chest and World's End, and now here comes one thing that I believe I'm one of the rarest people. One of the rarest minority in existence in history. I'm also a big fan of Stranger Tides. Now, a lot of people say that Stranger Tides was trash, was shit, was abomination, blah, 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 blah. I know. But for me, I love Stranger Tides. I mean, I do admit that the story was a little bit lighter and more concentrated on Jack Sparrow, and mostly, I would even say add, Barbossa. But still, like a lot of people also were complaining like Will Turner wasn't in it, and Elizabeth Swann wasn't in it because fair enough, the story about Elizabeth Swann and Will Turner ended up in the third one, So I know why people were complaining and everything, but still, whatever. It's their own opinions, whatever. The basic thing is, I love the story. Like I said, it was a little bit lighter, but still, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it, Which also makes me, which where I come from, I'm not one of the people, I'm not the only people, who love the Pirates of the Caribbean Friends because, I introduced Pirates of the Caribbean Friends to a few of my friends and they love the movies. My father is also a big fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean Friends. He loved all 4 movies. So if you think, that he's in denial, he's wrong, he's this and that, it's your own fucking opinion. But you can't change his opinion. You can't change my father's opinion, you can't change my own opinion. That's it. Finito. It's done. I love all 4 movies. You can't change that. If you think I'm wrong or in denial, it's your own fucking choice. It's not mine. My own opinion, because the only thing I care is my own opinions that I'm making it after I saw a movie. I don't care for your opinions. Just saying, Because, because the people, and just saying, okay, just saying. Moving on. Okay. After I said all this, let's begin with the actual Pirates of the Caribbean Deadman Tales review. Okay. The 5th installment, Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, Deadman Tales, aka Salazar's Revenge as well. I had a total blast with this movie. This movie, like all the 4, didn't disappoint me at all. I love the story, I love the adventure, I love the old characters, I love the new characters, I adore the action sequences, and also it's really pleasant to see sea battles again because something that was actually missing from the Stranger Tides, which actually was also one of the minuses. One of the negatives, in the foreword, but still, like I said, I still enjoyed the Stranger Tides. I loved it. Nevertheless, the negatives. The villain, Javier Bardem playing Captain Salazar. Oh, he was brilliant. I mean, okay, I'm gonna speak about the Captain Salazar, in a minute, later on, But let's start, one step at the other. Like I said, the story was great. I really love the story, and because, first of all, because a lot of people, like I said, were complaining about World's End. The story was way more, way more like, filled up, something for a plot, it could be like extending to like 3 or 4 movies, I do mean that I do think a lot of people will enjoy Deadman Tales because this story is simple, interesting. Very interesting, but simple, because because for example, Jack Sparrow is down on his luck, and he sold his compass, and the Captain Salazar and his crew of ghosts, they were free from Devil's Triangle because of that, and they tried to hunt down Captain Salazar, they tried to hunt down Jack Sparrow, because something that he did to them in the past, which we'll talk about this later on. And of course, Jack Sparrow, have to, make an alliance, with Karina Smith and Henry Turner, which the characters who were played by Kaya Scodelario and Brendan Thwaites. If you don't know who Brendan Thwaites, just remember Gods of Egypt, which is another movie that a lot of people shit about, even when it comes to the actor. And so, like I said, so they have to, so they unite their forces to try to find the Trident of Poseidon, the only weapon, the only weapon of the god Poseidon, you know, who can, you know, the weapon of the god of the sea Poseidon, the weapon, you know, that can stop Salazar. Which also, you know, which also in this movie was added that this Poseidon has also, you know, the ability to destroy every single curse that is, you know, that exists, you know, in the sea, in the 7 seas, you know. Now, okay, that was actually like the short summary of the the title. You know. Also, like I said, like when it comes to the old characters, you know, we have Johnny Depp back as Jack Sparrow. We have the amazing Jeff Farage back as Hector Barbosa. We have Orlando Bloom as William Turner, you know, returning back, you know, the 5th installment. Also, by the way, if you're targeting to go see the movie, you know, just because of William Turner, don't do it, okay? Don't do it because overall, you know, William Turner, you know, makes just 2 appearances in the movie, you know, which something actually, you know, when I saw the trailers and all that and seeing like they weren't showing William Turner, you know, in the trailers, I knew that he's gonna have like some kind of minor role in the movie, you know, and you know, there's the proof. William Turner, spoiler alert, has 2 scenes in the movie, one at the beginning, one at the end. Oh, and by the way, sorry. This review is gonna be like spoiler free. You know, I'm gonna talk about mostly everything that's on the movie that I like, that I love, that I didn't like. You know, my own thoughts and all that. So, like I said, this movie is gonna be spoiler free. Now, if you didn't see the movie, just simply
and fuck off.
Did you understood that? Fine. Let's move on. Like I said, the story is centered about Jack Sparrow down his luck. And you know, because of down in his luck, you know, because he didn't have like the same thing, the same, you know, luck that he had in like, you know, all the 4, you know, movies away or movies going, all that. He had, you know, he sold his compass for a drink, for a rum, and that way he freed Captain Salazar from the Devil's Triangle, which is a parody of the Bermuda Triangle, you know. So in that way, you know, Salazar and his crew of ghosts are sailing away, trying to hunt down Jack Sparrow, or how Salazar would say, "No, it's time to hunt the pirate." Like I said, Salazar was awesome, you know, that, you know. So like I said, also, like I said, we have Jeff Farage in it as Captain Hector Barbosa, you know, which I can definitely. The one thing I will say about the characters, I really love what they did with Barbosa. You know, the development that he did him, you know, like all across all these years, eventually he has the Sword of Triumph and the Queen's Revenge, and like, you know, he really became like this really rich rogue pirate, you know, having like 10 ships and all that. I really love the story and everything. Now, like I said, those are the old characters. Oh, by the way, I forgot one character. Elizabeth Swann was also in Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales, but just for a very small cameo, which I also, you know, is really kind of, you know, really, you know, surprising to see her again and everything, you know, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, saw the Elizabeth Swann like a scene in a Japanese international trailer, but you know, thank God I didn't watch the Japanese international trailer, so I didn't saw the, you know, Elizabeth Swann appearance. So like what I said, when I saw the movie, I was fucking surprised, you know, to see her there and everything. But then I felt like, you know, if William Turner is in it, Henry Turner as well, you know, the son of William Turner and all that, which is not even a spoiler at all because it was all revealed in even the, you know, when you see the list of the roles and all that. So, you know, so like I said, I felt like maybe Elizabeth Swann getting in and everything. But then at the end of the movie, there you have it. There she is in her full glory. It was amazing. The way how they used her, it was really, really amazing. And I will say, you know, the one thing before I come to the character story and all that, I will really say, you know, that, you know, the choice of directors they did, you know, the choice of directors they took, you know, the choice of directors, you know, for the Norwegian guy that the directed from Tiki, which I even today I will say to everybody, you know, to see the movie because it's a fucking masterpiece. I believe that even them as well, you know, they did an awesome job. You know, when it comes to the direction of the movie, I believe that they did, you know, a really awesome job. So like I said, when it comes to the actors, you know, before I get into, you know, the old actors, so we should speak, you know, a little bit of the new ones. So when it comes to the new ones, you know, which I will say I'll mention like 4. We have, like I said, Henry Turner, son of William Turner. We have Kaya Scodelario playing Karina Smith, the daughter of Hector Barbosa. Yes, when I find out about that in the movie, I was fucking stunned. I was like, wait. I was about to say Barbosa. How the fuck can a pirate, a guy like that, have a daughter? Or even like falling in love for a girl? I mean, no, more precisely, how the fuck can a woman fall in love with a guy like that? I was stunned. I was fucking stunned. I was stunned myself, you know. So overall, like I said, she's playing Karina Smith, the daughter of Hector Barbosa, and then he goes, and then you have, you know, also the British Navy lieutenant. I can't remember the Australian actor's name, but every one of you remember him, especially from the being the main villain in the Iron Fist TV show and all that. So so you guys which character I'm talking about. And of course we have the Sea Witch, which also was one of my negatives in the way how they used her, because I feel like she's gonna be like have a little bigger role in the movie and all that. But in a way they use it just for 2 scenes. So I was kind of there was kind of a little bit negative that I had in the movie and all that. But still let's talk about the main cast. Okay, Brandon Thwaites as Henry Turner and Kyle Scodelario as Karen Smith. I love all the characters. Man. I know a lot of people were shitting about Brandon Thwaites from Gods of Egypt and all that, but I will say Brandon Thwaites did an awesome job here as Henry Turner. Now a lot of people say that he didn't have enough character development. He was like just Wayne and all that, but I will do admit. But like I said, for me he was awesome. Kyle Scodelario. If I have to pick between these 2 actors, Kyle Scodelario and Brandon Thwaites, I would have picked Kyle Scodelario because I do admit the character Karina Smith was really awesome. And I know a lot of people were shitting that those 2 represent the William Turr and Elizabeth Swann, because directors already mentioned that the Dead Man Tell No Tales, it's like it was the inspiration to create Dead Man Tell No Tales, which a lot of people which was one of the reasons why people were complaining, because there were a lot of things that they already seen, like Ghost Pirates and all that, because for example the Ghost Crew of Captain Salazar. It's the same thing, with Hector Barbosa, and it happened to him and his crew with the Black Pearl in the first movie. Just an example, the Sea Bells and all that. Let me give you one clue, okay? Hector Barbosa and his crew in the first movie, they were cursed. They were alive. They can't grow older and all that. They were just cursed. In a way, they cannot die, they cannot eat, they cannot feel, and all that. It was a crew of cursed pirates, okay? Salazar and his crew are actual ghosts, which gives me another topic, okay? A lot of viewers and a lot of people are saying Salazar and his crew of ghost pirates. Salazar is not a ghost pirate. For the last time, I'm hoping everybody's going to watch this. Salazar is just a ghost Spanish Navy captain. Because if you saw the trailer, a lot of people was like, "Oh, ghost pirates." If you saw the trailer, if you saw Salazar's uniform, the medals, by the way, and the way how the crew of Salazar they were dressed and all that, you can definitely, even a blind man can see that they were actual soldiers. They were Navy officers, and Salazar was a pirate hunter and a Spanish Royal Navy ghost captain. That's it. They weren't fucking ghost pirates. Because it really makes me mad, that a lot of people are saying that, "Oh, Salazar is ghost pirates." They're not ghost pirates. They're Spanish Royal Navy officers. Well, then, but still, and Salazar's crew are actual ghosts. End of story. So, like I said, if I had to choose between Kyle Scodelario and Brandon Thwaites, I would choose Kyle Scodelario, because the way how her character was developed, and the motivations that she had, tried to find the Triad Poseidon, tried to to learn the secret of her family, which is Hector Barbosa, that. A lot of, and also the same way, that the Henry Turner also is trying to find the Triad Poseidon, because he tries to break, the curse of William Turner, so he can, so his father, so he can free him from the Flying Dutchman and all that. Which, a lot of people actually were saying like it's a really big, nasty cliche. But trust me, in the way how their characters were developed, it doesn't really make you fall flat. It was really, I really liked it, and also especially the chemistry between those 2 characters. I really liked it, and I could definitely see, that there is a really big love thing between them. Of course, at the beginning, you can sense, in some way you can sense that, but in the end, you realize after they kiss each other and all that. So I really like the way how their characters were developed. Like I said, Jeffrey Rush, Captain Barbosa. Like I said before, I really like what they done with him. They make him like this big, rich rogue pirate. With a new golden leg. Having 10 ships, and being like really rich and all that. I really like what they did with his character. Not only, like I said, not only his design, but and his development, his influence, but also when it comes to his personality, the role he had in the movie. I really love that, But like I said, I was really stunned when it was, revealed that Karina was actually, Barbosa's daughter. I was really fucking stunned. No, like I said, no bullshit. I was really fucking stunned. Moving on, Johnny Depp, the amazing Captain Jack Sparrow. He was amazing. Now a lot of people are saying that Jack Sparrow is like the Jar Jar Binks of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, which really gets on my nerves because it's a really different thing. No, trust me, Jack Sparrow is still the best. He's still the man. He's still the epic legend of the entire Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. He's still the same icon as we all know, all the fans and all that. Johnny Depp, in the way how he played, Jack Sparrow, I could definitely see, he had total liberty with the role and all that, the way how he played and everything. You saw, most of the time, he was drunk, goofy, and all that, but in the same time, you could definitely see there were a few, like, clues, or more precisely, there are a few, like, moments, which, you can definitely see Jack Sparrow, to act, being, like, threatening, being this really smart, badass pirate that he always was and all that, which I really, really like. So overall, Johnny Depp was the same legend he was from the first movie. He did an awesome job with Jack Sparrow. I really like, like I said, I really love what they did with the character, being, so funny and everything. I loved it, Johnny Depp didn't actually, a lot of people were saying that Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp disappointment of, like, Johnny Depp playing just, himself and everything. Fuck off, okay? Fuck off. Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow was awesome. He will always be the same main man, the legend Jack Sparrow. Now, moving on. Captain Salazar, played by Javier Bardem. Man, Captain Salazar is one of the greatest villains, not only in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, but also of all time. Now, because because Salazar, in the way when they choose Javier Bardem to play the main villain, if you don't know his history with the No Country for Old Men and Skyfall, so you already know so you already know that he's a master when it comes to playing villains and all that. So I was really excited, to see him playing the main bad guy. And after I saw the movie, I had to say, that he did a fucking awesome job. He was scary, he was intimidating, he was evil, he was merciless. He was great as this ghost, his ghost, deceased Spanish. Ghost Spanish Royal Navy captain. More precisely, he was awesome as this ghost captain. Because like I said, but the one thing I will admit, because when I entered the first time, seeing the movie and everything, I was really hoping that Captain Salazar was gonna take Davy Jones' place, as the greatest villain, in the entire franchise. Unfortunately, he was so damn close. But he was so close, but in the end, he took the second place. Davy Jones will always be Davy Jones. In the first place, Captain Salazar, in my second place, is the greatest villain. When it was one of the greatest villains, in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. But I will say, Captain Salazar is also one of the greatest villains of all time. I don't care what people are saying. He's really, really good. And Javier Bardem's performance, you can definitely see that he was really getting the role. That he was also having a blast playing this character and all that. I enjoy it so much. I enjoy it. And don't even mention the Silent Mary, his ghost ship. Trust me. You think you saw some nasty shit with, for example, with the Flying Dutchman. Trust me, you're gonna love and be so fucking surprised when you see the Silent Mary. This, the design they have the ghost ships and the way how she attacks the actual ships and all that. Awesome, brilliant, and at the same time scary as fuck. Now, when it comes to Salazar's crew, like I said, the one thing I will prize about the CGI of the fifth movie is the crew. The crew of Salazar, the way how they use the CGI, especially Salazar's floating hair, like he was underwater and all that, the way how they made him really sound spooky, in the way how they were without the part of their arms, part of their body, for example, I remember there was one member of his crew, there was just a hat, a little bit of his hair, and a hand with a sword. It was just like that, it was just that. It was brilliant. The CGI that they had, put in his crew was amazing. But I will not say that the other CGI that was in the entire movie was bad. I'm not saying that. The CGI was awesome. But there were a few scenes that the CGI was, in a way that you can definitely see was CGI, and some way, they were it was overused. Let's put it that way, overused, Ghost sharks. Ghost sharks is one of the main things that I really love about the CGI. I felt like Salazar and his crew, and his ghost crew, was gonna be like the same. The only thing is gonna be like threatening and spooky. No. Wait until you see the ghost sharks. Oh my god. Unfortunately, they only have one scene, but that scene, the entire scene where they enter in action, trying to devour, Jack Sparrow and all that. Oh, It was awesome. It was fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. So overall, the characters were great. They were used really well. The development was really good. Johnny Depp nails out of the part. He totally fucking nails as Jack Sparrow. Barbossa is still the same legend he was in the 4 movies. Salazar as the main villain was great. I really fucking love them. You know, I really enjoy his performance. Karina Smith and Harry Turner they're really used well. You know, when it comes to the introduction of that. And I can definitely see them, you know, again appearing in the next, you know, future films. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna be how many new Pirates of the Caribbean movies gonna be, because a lot of people are saying like there's gonna be a 6th one, and also, you know, a few people are saying there's gonna be way more than just one. You know, so like I don't know, but when it comes to the introduction, it was pretty well done. That's my opinion. Okay, moving on. The story itself, like I said, so the story itself, like I said, was simple, but really well done. Really well done. And also the story, I will say, you know, that it was really fast paced, you know, like it was really going fast, in a fast, but it was really going fast, but in a really positive way. I would definitely say, you know, a really positive way. You know? So I really love the story, you know, because, you know, just like the Stranger Tides, The Curse of the Black Pearl, it was enjoyable, with pillaging, plundering, you know, being, you know, pirate life and all that. It was really enjoyable. You know? Now, I will say one thing. You know, a lot of people were like, you know, complaining about, you know, there weren't like enough material when it comes to the Trident of Poseidon. You know, like now, the only thing we find out about the Trident of Poseidon here, you know, is that, you know, it has the power of the entire sea, which is true, and, you know, that it can, you know, eliminate every single curse at sea. You know. And of course, you know, Poseidon, you know, and of course it was the weapon of the god Poseidon. Now, a lot of people asking questions, which also was one of the negatives, you know, like, you know, where is Poseidon? Why it's called the Poseidon's Tomb, which was a really perfect, which was, you know, in the finale, and don't even mention the finale. The finale was great. The cinematography, you know, not in the finale, but the entire movie was really well done. You know, I mean, like I said, it's just my opinion. You know, so overall, like I said, the Trident of Poseidon. Now, a lot of people are asking, you know, questions. You know, where is the Trident of Poseidon came from? Where is Poseidon himself? Is he dead? Where he is? Blah 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 and all that. You know, why it's called the Poseidon's Tomb. You know, I remember one of my friends, you know, also telling me, like, you know, why it's called the Poseidon's Tomb, where, you know, the Poseidon is buried and all that. No, it's not called Poseidon's Tomb because, you know, like Poseidon's body was buried there. No, it was called the Poseidon's Tomb, you know, because it was a lot of, you know, fortunate souls, you know, when they die at sea and they die, you know, in that territory. You know, I mean, I do believe it was in some way connected with the finding the Trident of Poseidon and all that. But now, when it comes to Trident of Poseidon, you know, because I will tell you the truth, you know, I know people, and like I said, a lot of people around the world are fans of are just following Pirates of the Caribbean movies, you know, all 5, you know. But, you know, and, you know, that's in the same way, you know, that, of course, you know, that's the way, you know, how I begin with and all that. So, but the thing is, when I find out that, you know, the Jack Sparrow and the other, you know, characters were searching for the Trident of Poseidon, I felt like, you know, I really wonder how the hell they're going to use it, you know, how the way they're going to connect it with books. Yeah, yes, you heard me. I said books. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, there are books of the Pirates of the Caribbean story. Now, those books are about the adventures of the young teenage Jack Sparrow, which, if you didn't read them, go and find them, go search them online, go, make them, you know, be delivered to you and all that, whatever you're doing. Just read the books of the adventures of the young teenage Jack Sparrow, because I'm telling you, the books are awesome. And also in those books, there, if you ever wonder, you know, what happened, you know, who Jack Sparrow was in the past, those books will explain a lot to you, because, like I said, those adventures explain the youth of Jack Sparrow, how he became, from what part he became, you know, until, you know, he get the Black Pearl. You know, until, you know, the time, you know, he get the Black Pearl, you know, the first time and all that, you know. But also, the point is, one of those books, well, like I say, actually 2. I mean, the Poseidon's Peak, and I don't remember the other book, but it was like, okay, the point is, there were 2 books, Pirates of the Caribbean volumes. There were 2 volumes that were talking about the plot, the main core of the books were the Trident of Poseidon. You know, like, which also connects with Jack Sparrow, with Pirates of the Caribbean, you know, book villain, which was known as Captain Torrance, you know, and Davy Jones, because the main core of the story of those 2 books was, you know, that Davy Jones sent this, like, Captain Torrance, this notorious pirate, cursed pirate, Captain Torrance, to go on and search for the Shrine of Poseidon. And in the same way, Jack Sparrow was trying to hunt down, Captain Torrance and take, and also try to steal the Shrine of Poseidon. Now, if of course, if you're wondering who this Captain Torrance guy is, like I said, he is a villain from the books of the Adventures of Young Jack Sparrow. But and when I say cursed pirate, because because the funny thing is, that when Davy Jones, tried to take Captain, when he commanded Captain Torrance, to go after the Shrine of Poseidon, I remember that I think it was on his sword. He put some kind of inscription. I can't remember actually what it was, but it was something that insulted like the heathen gods. And the heathen gods in the book, they cursed Captain Torrance that wherever he goes, there's he will always be followed with a big storm. But when it comes to his powers, every single time when Captain Torrance gets way more so pissed, one step by another, the storm gets way more dangerous and destructive. So now, so when it comes to Captain Torrance, so now you know who he is. So like I said, whenever I read those two books, I really try question myself how the hell they're going to use Shrine of Poseidon. But in a way, how they those two books ended, because in the books when Captain Torrance was defeated, young Jack Sparrow give the Shrine of Poseidon to a merfolk, which is a male mermaid, trying to be the guardian of the Shrine of Poseidon, which if I'm correct, which was at the bottom of the ocean. So in some way it connects. So in some way it connects very well with the movie. So like I said, that was one of the main things when it comes to Shrine of Poseidon. I was wondering, how they're gonna use this, this part of the story. Which I will say it was really connected. It was really really well done. If I can say it that way. So overall, one of the negatives, so like I said, one of the negatives I will say about the Shrine of Poseidon, I don't like his look, because everybody knows the original Shrine of Poseidon, he's like this big, having like this, 3 spikes, the same, the same height, the same, the same way, the same height and all that. This Shrine of Poseidon, you could definitely see in the way how it was created. You definitely see that it's this weapon made of corals and something, and the spike goes just like this, go down. So, like I said, one of the negatives, I didn't like the design of the Shrine of Poseidon. But, like I said, a lot of people are wondering what are the powers of the Shrine of Poseidon. Well, if you if you don't follow the books, I will tell you. The Shrine of Poseidon is not the power of the Shrine of Poseidon is not just only to have total control of the seas, but also, like I said, also to break the curse, every single curse that is at sea, but also it can make really big storms, earthquakes, control sea creatures, and merfolks, which is male and female mermaids. Those are the ultimate powers of the Shrine of Poseidon. Just to let you know, okay? Just to let you know. Like I said, if you didn't read the books, go read them, because like I said, all the volumes are awesome, really well written. So I would really suggest all of you to read them. So in that way, you can definitely find out about the past of Jack Sparrow. Speaking of the past of Jack Sparrow, one of the scenes I really loved was when Armando Salazar was speaking about his flashback. That scene, that scene alone was really well done. Really well done. I really love the CGI, the CGI young version of Jack Sparrow. I can already, I know that, I can definitely see, that they did it the same way as they did, with Robert Downey Jr. in Captain America: Civil War. I mean, I really like, I do mean, that the CGI was sometimes, clunky, sometimes when it comes to Jack Sparrow's face, but in my opinion, it was really well done. Also, the one thing in this movie, we find out why Jack, his last name was Sparrow. More precisely, Jack the Sparrow. So I really like, the way how they explain, how he get, his last name, because I was always wondering, because his father was known, his last name was Edward Teague. So I felt like, it's gonna be like Jack Teague, then Jack Sparrow. But and then I felt like, maybe Sparrow, is the last name of his mother. But then you realize it was not his name; it's his nickname, Jack the Sparrow. Because just think about it. Just go back into all the movies. Every single time he's on top of or a boat or a ship, he's always on top, in the nest. So you get it. So that you get the idea where Captain Salazar, he said that he had this nickname. He's gonna hunt him for the rest of his life, Jack the Sparrow. Now you know. So I realized in a way how they explain his last name, almost his nickname, how he get it and all that. Also, the one thing, like I said, I really like the way how he explains Salazar's backstory, his motivations, why he hates pirates and all that. I really love in the way how they make this the entire scene on their own. I mean, like I said, as a flashback, I really like it. Also, one thing I will say that I really like about the scene is when when the crew, after that Jack Sparrow defeated Salazar and saved them for the ultimate destruction of that, when the crew for as a gift, as a sign of gratitude, that which because he saved their lives, they actually they give him the hat, the necklaces, the sword, the pistol, and all that. I really love how in the way how they use that. I mean, a lot of people will have a disagreement with that. But for me, it was really well done. Really well done. That's one of the things. Like I said, when I spoke a little bit about the finale before, I really loved the way how the finale was handled. But there's one thing I forgot to mention. There's one thing I was really sad, really, really sad. It was kind of, it's a fan base negative, okay? But Hector Barbosa is dead. This is the last time we're gonna see him in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. In this movie, Hector Barbosa sailed his final adventure. Or more precisely, he went on his final adventure. But in the way how they did it, I mean, the one thing I will say is that the revelation when Karina was holding the anchor and when she saw the tattoo that he has, Hector Barbosa had, and which is the same design, the same symbol that she had, that was in the book. It was actually in the book and all that. I do agree it was a little bit rushed, but for me it was actually kind of handled it was handled actually really good, But like I said, nevertheless, but Barbosa, so like I said, the point is Barbosa sacrificed himself to save his daughter, to save the others by, going down, trying to stop Armando Salazar by, stabbing him, in the back, and everybody, just fall down, into their own death, including Hector Barbosa. So like I said, Barbosa is dead. One of my favorite characters in the franchise, and also one of the reasons why I love the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Like I said, he sailed to his final adventure. Overall, like I said, like Jack Sparrow was saying, pirate's life. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, it's really sad, because seeing Barbosa, die, Jeff Rush, having being like his, last movie, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. It really hurts me. It really hurts me a lot, But I will say, that I really like the relationship between, Barbosa and Karina. I will say I really love that. The first time they met, when they were about the diary, when Barbosa realized that she was her daughter, and the way, I will say, Jack Sparrow, in the way how he was talking, even he was tied up when he was talking about Barbosa, about the Margaret Smith, her mother and all that, and blackmailing him and all that. I really love that scene. So overall, like I said, the relationship between Barbosa and Karina also was one of my positives in the movie. And also, I forgot one thing. One of the old characters we have Scrum, we have Scrum back, we have Gibbs back, which I will say, also, that okay, when it comes to Scrum, when it comes to Scrum and Gibbs, even I do believe, the rules that we use, also very well in the movie. A little bit less than they did before in the 4 movies, but still, quite enjoyable and memorable, Like I said, a little bit less, but still quite enjoyable and memorable. Also, there's one of the positives, but so the only negative thing is they were a little bit, used, less well used, but still, you get, I was quite enjoying, their appearance and all that. Okay, beside that, let me see. Oh yeah. What? Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot, about 2 things. First of all, one of the other scenes I really loved, I was laughing my ass out, was the guillotine scene. I do believe that everybody, when we're gonna end up, going out to the Pirates of the Caribbean, them and tell us movie, I do believe, that they're gonna say, that they're gonna talk about the guillotine scene, because that scene was perfect, so funny, so entertaining, so energetic. It was well done, brilliantly. I was laughing my ass out. Also, I don't forget mentioning. We have a very special cameo in the movie. Paul fucking McCartney from the Beatles playing as Uncle Jack. Jack Sparrow's uncle. And the way how they use it, like, his scene only lasted like for a minute. His scene is like, maybe like for a minute or maybe like 40, 50 seconds. I will say it's like a minute. But you know, the way how they used him, you know, and this, oh my god. The jokes, the appearance, the design. I really like the design. Even I will admit that his design remind me a little bit of Blackbeard from Stranger Times, but still, you know, his cameo was brilliant. I mean, the jokes were good, his appearance was good. The way how, you know, Jack Sparrow and, you know, Paul McCartney interact with each other and everything. Also, you know, when like, you know, also like, you know, when he like, you know, also when, you know, when he was singing all that. I do believe it was really brilliantly, you know, well done. You know. Now I do admit I really miss Kate Richards, you know, as Captain Teague, you know, which was, you know, in the third and the fourth movie. But you know, and of course, you know, because I do remember that back then, you know, when Jerry Bruckheimer and Johnny Depp tried to, you know, hire him again. I do believe, you know, he was. They said, you know, he was busy because he was on the Rolling Stones tour around the world, I think. You know, so that was one of the reasons why, you know, he was why he couldn't, you know, make an appearance. But in the same way, you know, they gave Plan B using Paul McCartney. And like I said, Paul McCartney was used very well in the movie, really well, very well in the movie. Now, when it comes to other minor characters like Lieutenant Scarfield, I do, you know, like I said, I didn't actually much care about his character, even if he was like the secondary antagonist in the movie. I didn't actually much care about him because, you know, I was way more concentrated to the main cast and Captain Salazar than him. But you know, but I will say he was used also okay in the movie. You know, his character wasn't quite much developed, only like, you know, representing, you know, the true like absolute justice, you know, that the British Navy had back in those days. You know, so but still he was used okay. But the one thing I will say, I was really glad when Salazar killed him off with his ship. You know, when he was, you know, when he, like, you know, his ship went like this and like, you know, destroyed, you know, his ship in half. I mean, I really enjoyed that scene because finally I was like, oh, finally I will not see that British bastard ever again. You know, just saying. Okay. So overall, like I said, I really like, you know, like I said, the sea battles were awesome. The action sequences was great. The cinematography from the entire movie into the finale was really well done. You know, the characters were awesome. I really enjoyed like the return of Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann because, like I said, their characters were really used very well. Also, not to mention this movie, a lot of things were finally, you know, concluded when it comes to, you know, the unanswered questions, you know, from the third movie. Also, one thing, you know, I was really, you know, I really love, you know, when, you know, the way how Hector Barbosa released the Black Pearl, you know, because, because I actually wondered from the fourth one, how the hell, you know, Jack Sparrow is gonna, you know, release the Black Pearl, and now we know how, which for me, you know, was really well done, you know. So that's it. So overall, that's it. You know, I really well done. Also, you know, of course, you know, when it comes to Black Pearl and the way how she, I mean, I really enjoyed the moment when she was like, you know, this like little model of a ship, you know, when she was like, you know, or she fell down from the ball and all that. I really loved the way how, you know, it was like this really, you know, little like Black Pearl model. And then like when Hector Barbosa said like, you know, oh, she needs water, and then, you know, then he throw her, you know, in the ocean, and then majestically rising from the sea. I really love the moment. Now, when it comes to the negatives of the movie, okay, before I end up, you know, the movie and the review, like I said, the negatives I had with the movie were nitpicky. You know, like I said, sometimes the CGI was used way too much. Sometimes there were scenes, you know, that you can definitely see was CGI and all that. Also, you know, like I said, there were a few characters that weren't developed so much, like for example the Sea Witch or the Lieutenant from the British Navy. But still, you know, like I said, you know, when it comes to the Lieutenant, you know, when it comes to the Lieutenant, like I said, I can't remember the Australian actor's name. But like I said, the way how they used him, you know, I didn't care much for the character, you know, even if it was the secondary villain, but I didn't care much for him, you know. But still, you know, there were like few characters few characters, like I said, they were not developed. The CGI sometimes were overused, sometimes, you know, you can definitely see it was CGI, but like I said, there were nitpicky things. The pacing was okay for me. You know, like I said, the story was great. The characters were awesome. Captain Salazar was amazing as the villain. The new characters, Karina and Henry, were really well done. I have no problems with the actors, especially when it comes to Brandon Thwaites. You know, the actor who everyone was trashing with the Gods of Egypt. Which even for me, the Gods of Egypt wasn't quite a disappointment, but still, that's a different story. So overall, like I said, there were like these few nitpicky things that I had, in the movie. But the one thing, also before I said, before I said one thing, before I ended the movie, is that the other thing I really like about Captain Salazar is that his sense of humor. Because the one thing when it comes to the difference between Davy Jones and Captain Salazar is that Davy Jones was always serious. Didn't have such a much bigger sense of humor. But when it comes to the Captain Salazar, he had a way more bigger sense of humor, which also makes him way more threatening and creepy and scary than Davy Jones was and everything. But still, Davy Jones is on the first place, Captain Salazar on the second place, unfortunately. But that's it. So overall, that's it. So basically, yeah, I think I said everything. So overall, like I said, this movie wasn't a disappointment at all. I enjoyed it. I was having a blast in it. The comedy was perfect. The story was simple but great. I love the new characters. I love your characters coming back. Like I said, I'm really sad for Hector Barbosa dying in this movie. But still, like I said, the way how they handled his death and his character, I was really satisfied on that. So overall, I'm done. Oh yeah, I forgot. When you're gonna watch the movie, stop. Don't go. Just don't go. Wait for the credit scene, because there is a credit scene that is so surprising and shocking, which gives you a clue that maybe there is gonna be a Pirates of the Caribbean 6 movie. Just like I said, but I will not talk about the credit scene right now, because I'm gonna make a different movie when it comes to the credit scene, because I have few theories and discussions when it comes to the credit scene itself and all that. But I will say it's shocking, surprising, and maybe a lot of you will be excited about that. But also, like I said, it gives you a clue that maybe Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is coming out. Or more precisely, it's gonna be made. So overall, the movie was awesome. Really huge blast. Wasn't a disappointment at all. All of you, don't listen to the critics. Don't judge a book by its cover. Go watch the movie. You're gonna be so satisfied. All of you critics and reviewers, fuck off who were trashing this movie, because this movie was great. So overall, like I said, for my nitpicky problems, when it comes to the movie had and all that, I would give this movie a 9 out of 10. Really, a 9 out of 10. Fair enough, because like I said, the movie was awesome. They had no problems though. Just this nitpicky thing when it comes to CGI, few character developments and all that. It was really well done. Really well done. So overall, here I am done. Rate the video, comment, subscribe. Give me first links. What you personally think about the Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. What you think about the characters, the new ones, Captain Salazar, the story, the CGI. Give me your personal general thoughts about the movie. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Peace everyone. Have an awesome rest of the day. Drop a like, I'll appreciate it. Lord of Shadows like always. Signing off. See you next time, me hearties.